And a tradition unlike any others, as we say at the Masters. We've been doing this for, I think, 11 years, David Slavin. Is this true?
This is our 11th year, correct.
Tucson Adfed Hall of Achievement.
That's correct. Or actually, it's the Tucson Advertising Federation Educational Foundation.
Oh, boy.
Hall of Achievement.
Wow.
It's a long, stretched out.
You guys are in
title.
Advertising. Tighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, well, we are our own target market, though, so.
The event's tonight, La Paloma Country Club.
La Paloma Country Club at 5:30.
Are there tickets available?
There are some tickets available. Price $95, walk-in.
Okay.
And but they have the opportunity to be in the company of all these great honorees.
Agreed. And number one off our Ricky Henderson, our leadoff batter, is the great Ray Frieders. What's up, buddy?
Oh my, long time no see.
It's interesting that you and Michaels are here today.
You know, I just met Alan for the first time a week and a half ago.
That can't be true.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why that's untrue.
Go.
When I first met you, this is so long ago. This is why you don't remember.
Yeah.
I was doing, Tom Tracy and I were doing the commercials for the Golf Fellas. Okay.
I do.
We ran it on Cox Media. This is where I first met you. And my first voiceover guy was him. Because him and Tom were doing crap at the Smugglers Inn in those days together when you were on Cool. And I remember him doing the read. And I remember my line to Alan was, after he did the read, "That was great. Can you not be so Alan Michaels?" I just remember, because he has one of the most amazing voices in media, right? But he had the, Alan, he was still on Cool, right?
Yeah.
And so you did meet Alan, it was like 20-something years ago.
I was going to say that was 5 years ago.
No, it was 20... We're talking like 2000, year 2000, 2001.
Maybe even before that.
Maybe.
Do you know why Alan is so Alan when he talks? You know,
I love our doing Alan stories. He's not even on the air with us.
That's right. Well, we're preparing him. So a lot of people, when they talk and they do public speaking, they try to stand up straight because it allows the breathing from the diaphragm.
Sure.
And you're able to totally express yourself. Yeah. Well, Alan just turns up his collar, and that changes his voice right there.
Wow.
I'm leaving.
All right, well, playing your damn golf tournament. Jeez, okay. Chill out. Ray, how long, again, Cox Media, for how many years?
38 years.
That's amazing.
38 years, 1986 was when I left KVOA Channel 4.
Wow.
I was here for 6 years, 7 years.
So as a young guy in high school and stuff, was this media thing on your horizon?
I honestly think that I didn't have anything on my horizon. I went to the U of A with a bunch of friends. So I grew up in Sierra Vista, and we went to the U of A, and it was like I remember in high school, like a lunch hour, when he presented some materials for college.
Right.
And I looked and I'm like, television, maybe. And that's what it.
What high school did you go to?
Buena.
Oh, look at you, the Sierra Vista, the Colts, right? The Buena Colts, very nice.
Yep.
So how did you get into the big city? What brought you to the big city from Sierra Vista?
So I remember, it's interesting, at least for me, because I watch all the kids come into the U of A, because we live close by, we live downtown, and I see the amount of money and the amount of time and the parents. But for my parents, it was like, here's the car, have a good time in college. So I'm driving from Sierra Vista
to
Tucson.
What kind of car?
It was a Ford Galaxy. It was a 1967 Ford Galaxy 500.
There you go. Love it.
So drive to Tucson. Now, I had some friends from high school that, we came up to college at the U of A together. And I think at least 2 or 3 of us were in the television type of thing, and was really just fortunate to connect to a big network almost immediately.
Right.
So
So you went from U of A to KVOA?
so I went to, at the U of A, I had an internship, which was really cool.
Sure.
Through Doc Hamilton, who was a big guy at the time at the U of A and in radio. And got myself an internship at Channel 4 in 1979.
Wow.
Dave was like already 20 or 30 by it. But anyway. So I got the internship, and then from the internship got a job
Okay.
in production.
Okay. And so what was production like in the 1980s in those days?
Very, very interesting day-to-day daily news with the Channel 4 crew.
Right.
Lots of, for a kid from Sierra Vista, lots of very interesting
Personal forays
were
and
happening.
entanglements,
And entanglements and personal,
physically and otherwise.
and some words I hadn't heard as often, maybe. But a great experience.
Okay.
Just a great experience. And then one day, one of the folks who had gone over to the cable world, which was brand new at the time, called me and said, "You're going to work with us." So
Wow.
that took me 38 years.
So I'm trying to remember. So 1986, you said you worked at what was it called? It wasn't Cox
At the
Media.
time, it didn't become Cox until about 10 years later. It was Cox before I started
Okay.
for a short time. And then it was a number of
Cool name.
investment firms, basically people who owned it,
Right.
before it became Cox again in like 1997.
Was it still a media? Was it? In those days, it was Jones Intercable.
And
That
McCaw.
was so it was McCaw at one
McCaw.
time. It was Tucson. We were Tucson Cable Advertising for a bit. So there was 5 or 6 different names.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But it was the idea that in 1986 you were still buying cable advertising on a couple of systems, depending on geography.
You could buy the Jones because it started as just the Cox or McCaw one.
Right.
You could buy spots, and then it broke into that plus Jones, and then it came back together again.
I'm still convinced that the wiring that goes to my house now for Comcast is still
Yeah.
the same wiring put in by Jones Intercable. I just feel like
If it's not working, yeah.
they're like, if it's not broke,
Yeah.
you're not complaining. Why don't keep the Jones Intercable stuff? It's fine. We'll be fine. So talk about the change of technology over time, right? From
Yeah.
86 to 2020. When did you're retired now?
Yeah, I retired at the end of last year.
All right, so 2024 from 1986. Talk about what your tools were in 86 to what your tools were in 25, please.
That's an amazing question, Chris. Very good.
Yeah, once in a while the old man comes up with one.
So at the very beginning of time,
Thank you.
let's say, thank you. Very beginning of cable TV, practically everything we worked with didn't work. They didn't make a big investment. The equipment would often not work properly. We didn't have engineering. We didn't have anything that a regular broadcast station would have. So I think over the years, the biggest parts, besides the obvious technology, was we didn't have to worry about things that didn't work anymore. And we went from that type of trying to really patch things together in the early days
Right.
to really just kind of walking in comfortably with everything we needed and being able to focus on the client and the project rather than trying to deal with the technology that was really just amazing.
What was the game changer in the technology world, or a couple of game changers
Yeah.
go through that journey?
I would say for us or for me, it was going from physical videotape
Right. Sure.
that I would go to I think it was ICS Warehouse on Broadway. And I'd go in and buy a couple cases of 30-minute videotape
Wow.
to shoot the commercials on, which is probably how we shot the Golf Fellows.
I think you did.
in 19.
Well, it was 20. It was. I think it was 99, 2000, somewhere in there.
So I would go in and buy the tape, and you have to cart the tape around, and the machines wouldn't work. To obviously then a card,
Right.
Like everything is on this card. The very first day that happened, I was like, "Oh my God, what if I lose this little card?"
What was that piece of technology that was promised to be the greatest thing ever? The company probably paid too much for it, but it never really panned out.
That is an excellent. I don't think there was one.
Well, that's good.
I don't think
well,
there
look
was
at them.
one.
I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
What's the craziest commercial you ever shot?
So
Alan Michaels. No, just him.
Yeah,
you,
no.
you never met him before. I'm just kidding.
So I have two stories.
Please.
Yeah, one was, I won't name the company, but it was a mining company. It was a mining company. It wasn't that long ago. It was maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
It was during the pandemic, so maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
So obviously the mining companies in the, what I would call the outskirts of the world, we get to the general office. I've done all the planning when we do pre-production. Drove through it with the client beforehand and said, you know what, we're going to do this here, we're going to do this here. And since we're going to be working here for the day, you'll have bathrooms for us, right? Oh, yeah. Bathrooms will be there. And we're going to have food here, right? Because we're going to be here. And once we get here, there's no going back.
Correct.
We get there, we're shooting. We're in the middle of nowhere. It's very cold. It's like December.
Can you just give me a geographic area roughly?
Not that far from here. Very out towards the mountains.
Okay.
Yeah.
Towards the Santa Rita Mountains?
Yeah.
Okay. I
So
got it
in
now.
in the middle of nowhere, it's freezing. We're moving. We're getting it. The first thing that happens is we're shooting a drone
Okay.
of the mountains and the work being done, and the drone crashes into the side of the mountain.
My goodness. That's a good start of your day.
No big deal because we have 3 or 4 more in the car, but it was just not a good way to start. So then it's time to take a break, and
Right.
there's no bathrooms. They didn't bring the bathrooms to us.
So now you're camping bathroom.
Now we're camping bathroom, and when it was time for food,
Power bars.
it wasn't much. It was. But my favorite story was actually a couple decades ago. We talked to a client to what we call a pre-production, get to know them. They come in, and this was back before digital, so they brought in pictures.
Right.
The interesting thing was the client was a nudist colony.
This is the one in Marana?
It could have been. It was decades ago.
Because
So
we did have a nudist resort in Marana.
Okay, but
a while.
anyway, so they come in, and you would think that maybe, even though it's like the 90s, people might know that you can't show the whole picture of somebody naked. So we would say, bring some photos with clothing on. So they hand me the photos, open the package, and
It's all nude, isn't it?
it's all nude. And I said, well, we can't do it. And they're like, are you saying something's wrong with the human body?
Of course. That's like a sitcom story.
That's like a
you got
sitcom.
to do a TV commercial for a nudist colony.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, so there you go.
God bless the salesperson who scored that one too.
You get it all.
Salespeople will do anything.
What is you? What I've noticed over the years that you training the next generation is very important to you. So talk about that, because every time we have an Adfed thing, there's always some young trainee that's working with you, and you guys donate your time and talent to
Yeah.
make that happen. So talk about Ray training up the next generation.
Well, for the 38 years, probably for most of the 38 years of working with Cox, which Cox is just an amazing company, is that we always supported the internship program from the University of Arizona. So even during the pandemic, we would bring in students and they would be with us for the semester, and they get an opportunity to be with us on a video shoot, or they get an opportunity to meet with a client, or they get an opportunity to be in an editing session with a client. And the feedback of that over the decades was just amazing.
Well, and again, you were an intern yourself.
Yes.
So the circle's complete, as Darth Vader once said.
That is accurate.
Are you still doing any work now, even though you're, quote, retired?
My favorite work that I've done now, and I think you and I have connected on over the decades, is working with nonprofit organizations. So for many years, as you probably remember, I was working with the Autism Society
of Southern
absolutely. Arizona.
Yep.
And you were very kind.
And then the theater you do.
And thank you. And so for the last 4 years, I've been the board president and marketing guy for Saguaro City Music Theater here in Tucson.
That's still going?
Still going. It's an amazing program where we provide tuition-free, inclusive classes for kids 7 to 17.
Nice.
And then we also produce 3 or 4 big Broadway musicals every year.
Love it. What's your favorite? What's the commercial? Like top 2 or 3, the ones that you're most proud of, commercials.
Well, I'll give you a longer story about my first, my favorite one. It was all about advertising and how it works.
Right.
We had done, and this is maybe about 10 years ago, we had done a commercial for a public service announcement, which were always my favorites, for the Southern Arizona AIDS Federation, SAFE.
Right.
And they had just built a new teen center on 4th Avenue. It still is a location where kids can come and kind of be themselves and be safe after school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And afterwards, and it was like, we felt really good when we were doing it. We felt like we had a good story. We had a good video. And then the amazing thing is a client shared the feedback that somebody, just a random person, saw the public service announcement on the air maybe in the first couple weeks after it started airing.
Yeah.
And made like a $5,000 donation right off the bat.
Sure.
Which is what advertising is all about.
Absolutely. David Slavin and I have done total 1-hour shows on the power of advertising. We've done it, and all these people who go out of business, and we always say, did you ever advertise?
That's exactly right. By the way, I want to interject. The reason why this event happens tonight, the Tucson Advertising Federation Educational Foundation is supporting the paid internship program that the Adfed has, and we help fund those scholarships with the American Advertising Federation Tucson. And that's part of the reason why we have this Advertising Hall of Achievement.
Awesome. Ray, you haven't been on in a while. What's your favorite 2 or 3 locally owned restaurants? And I'm going to let you go. What do you got for me?
I'll go real quick. I'll say I really like this Italian restaurant called Perche No.
Sure, downtown.
On Congress by Fox.
Perché no? Just want to let you know.
Do it again.
Perché no? So.
Wow.
Perch is a fish you catch in Wisconsin. So.
You know it all. And let's see, what else do I like? Boy, there's so many.
What's a couple you hitting lately? What do you like? What are you going to?
I'll do an easy one. It's Jaime's Pizza.
Sure.
On Congress.
Jaime's been on the show before. He started off as a little ghost kitchen. And then
I did read that, yeah.
Brick and mortar guy. Yeah, very nice guy. He goes to church with my brother, believe it or not. So, know him well.
Again, you know everybody.
I know it's a portion of what's going on out there. Well, Ray, I can't think of a better guy to get this honor than Ray Frieders. So, 38 years, whatever you said, doing amazing work, and he's done so many commercials that all of you have seen. You just never knew it came out of Ray Frieders' mad mind, as we like to say. So.
Thank you, sir.
All the best, my friend. We'll see you tonight, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's go to break. Coming up is either Alan Michaels or Shayla Sandoval. I don't know who's coming up next, but we'll figure it out before it's all over. And when we come back, Dave will also tell you there's like 3 tickets left to see if you want to grab those 3 tickets. We'll do it when we come back on the Live the Dream Media Network.
You're listening to Wake Up with Christy Simone on Live the Dream Media Network. Now a word from our sponsors.
Monsoon season is almost here. Is your roof ready? Don't wait for a leak to show up before trying to find a roofer during roofing's busiest time of year. Call Blueprint Home Services today to schedule a free pre-monsoon inspection. Our number is 520-525-2555. Blueprint Home Services offers free, fast estimates, price lock guarantees, and the longest workmanship warranty in Tucson. Again, that number is 520-525-2555. You can also book an appointment at blueprinthomeservice.com. Blueprint Home Services is licensed, bonded, insured, and trusted. AZROC number 322635.
Looking for the best outdoor patio in Tucson? Look no further than St. Philip's Plaza at the southeast corner of River and Campbell, where you can sip on Tucson's finest collection of whiskey at Union Public House, brunch 7 days a week at Reforma Modern Mexican Mezcal and Tequila, and experience our newest restaurant, Proof, proudly serving house-made pasta and artisanal pizza. Enjoy live music and dine under the stars with Union, Reforma, and Proof. Join us at St. Philip's Plaza.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
September is here, the kids are in school, football has started, and it's still hot in the old Pueblo. Picturock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is your trusted, local, and family-owned air conditioning and plumbing service provider. We have been serving Tucson and the surrounding areas for over 24 years. Call Picturock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or go to picturockscooling.com to set up your next appointment online.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve, through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
This unflavored collagen powder by Long Life Protein helps you stay strong, look great, and keep moving. Each serving gives you 10 grams of protein and 2 essential types of collagen, type 1 and 3. It's carefully selected to support smoother skin, healthier hair, stronger nails, and joints that keep up with your day. As we age, collagen levels naturally decline, so staying consistent is key to seeing real benefits. Ours is sourced from 100% grass-fed, pasture-raised bovine. No sugar, no carbs, no taste. Just a fine collagen powder that stirs into coffee, tea, or warm water without a trace. Made with one ingredient you can trust and 35 servings per container, it's an easy upgrade to your daily routine.
Order yours today at www.longlifeprotein.com or stop by Diet of Hope at 50 East Croydon Park Road. Diet of Hope Institute approved.
Hi, this is Sean McCluskey, co-owner and designated broker for Rincon Ventures. If you're a rental owner by choice or by accident and you're looking to hire or change property management companies, consider Rincon Ventures. We employ an aggressive web-based advertising strategy to market your rental. We thoroughly screen prospective tenants and conduct routine property inspections. Our online system gives tenants the ability to pay rent and file maintenance requests instantly over the web. Our owners can use the same system to instantly check on their properties. Call Rincon Ventures at 881-2258 or visit us on the web at rvprop.com.
Discover the power of 88 Crime, where your anonymous tips are rewarded with cash. When you call in anonymously with the tip, you are given a code. With the code and a password, you can walk into a bank and redeem your reward anonymously. If your anonymous tip results in a felony arrest, you can claim up to $2,500 cash reward. Let's stop the silence on crime and strive for a safer community. For more information, please visit 88crime.org or call 88crime.
When exploring America's best city for Mexican food, start off at one of the best, El Taco Rustico. Chef Juan Almanza is crafting some of the best dishes in Tucson at 2 locations, Grant and Oracle, and the new Rustico Dos at Park and Silver Lake. Everything on the menu is a standout, from the shrimp rojitos, costilla beef ribs, to Arizona's best birria. Head over to Rustico Dos for Juan's amazing smoked brisket, pulled pork and ribs, plus all your Mexican favorites. For more, check out tacorustico.com.
Welcome back to Wake Up with Christy Simone on Live the Dream Media Network. Now back to our show.
On in there, but interesting building.
All right, welcome back to the Live the Dream Media Network. Throwback Thursday is 1988, which I know Alan, me, and Slavin were all alive in 88. I don't know about our... She's the next generation award winner, so meaning she's a little younger. So, congratulations and welcome to Shayla Sandoval. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
Very well, David. People are asking about getting. You said there's like 3 tickets left, possibly for tonight's Hall of Achievement.
Yes.
You can say all the other words, zillion words around that, but. The Adfed Educational Foundation.
Educational Foundation, and we're at La Paloma Country Club, not the resort.
Yeah.
3660 Sunrise Drive. It starts at 5:30, and you come early, and you can go to the Sandoval Cocktail Lounge.
Yeah.
Sandoval Creative is sponsoring the cocktail lounge for tonight.
La-di-da.
So, and then we'll have the program begin at about 6:15, and hopefully by 7:30 we're all done and on our way home.
Adfedtucson.org.
Yes, American AAF.
Oh, AAF. Excuse me.
AAF Tucson.
.org.
To
get your tickets.
Correct.
So, all right. Shayla.
Yes.
How now? Of course, you grew up in the biz.
I sure did. Yes.
When you were a young lady, what high school did you go to in Tucson? Where'd
Tucson
you go?
High.
Tucson High, home of champions is
yeah,
what I hear.
and then hopped over the block to U of A.
Okay.
Yeah, born and raised here, public school kid.
What'd you do in high school? Any sports or?
I golfed,
Look at you.
softball.
See, so Alan Michaels is desperate to sell golf tournaments. So
Yeah, it was kind of did a little bit of everything: golf, softball, drama kid.
All right,
a little bit of everything.
Can you sing?
No.
Oh.
Gosh, for the benefit of everyone here, I do not sing.
So no musicals for Shayla.
Car only when no one else is in there. So
tell me about when you go into high school. What did you go to U of A for? What was your what was your field of study? Was it marketing kind of stuff?
It was not. No, my undergrad is in sociology.
Yeah,
yeah. Love the People's College, as they called it. It's interesting because my younger sister was an econ major.
Okay.
And there was always disagreements of, for the good of the people or the good of the economy.
Okay, that's
what
some
is
fun
better?
dinner conversation.
Oh, yeah, it was amazing, right?
Did anyone ever storm off and walk away from
every time.
Okay.
Every time. It was not going to paint a picture here. But yeah, undergrad, studied sociology, and then got a master's in public management.
Okay.
So, yeah, was thinking about
I was going to say, what do you think you were going to do?
Yeah, nonprofit work initially. Okay. I had a professor, though, that decided to steer a lot of us away from that for the good or the bad.
Hold on. This is...
I'll be honest. This is exactly...
This professor taught what?
She was our nonprofit management
And
professor.
she told you not to go into nonprofit management.
She told our whole class not something to go into. Which,
Please explain.
Yeah, kind of questionable at that time. We're like, oh, man, well, do we, take a second thought about what we're doing
So why?
here?
Because she thought it's too much bureaucracy?
Yeah, too much redlining. No change happens. It was a very positive woman, obviously, here. But
so there is a lot of duplication in that world.
And Tucson specifically is oversaturated, I will say, with nonprofits. So a lot of different organizations everyone has good intention, but kind of fighting over a few of the donors here.
These scarce resources
yes.
of a shrinking economic We're really a shrinking economy here.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only so many times you can ask Click, Umberto, the same old five
all
people.
the same people, yeah.
Yeah, that's why Click has a raffle.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's smart. It's kind of smart. But so yeah, and there was just some stuff. Throughout grad school, I started working full time at our family agency. And
now, did you do that because you wanted to, or
it worked well with the schedule, obviously, and then Roman, my father, I'll refer to him as Roman. It's just Monday through Friday, he's Roman. Had a serious conversation of, you're going to be here, you're not just going to be sitting around and getting paid. We need you to kind of do stuff. So he really was the one that was like, let's get you in front of clients, when within a certain reasonable time, obviously. I think you can communicate well. He gave me that confidence. You can speak with our clients, get to hear what they need and how we can help them. And yeah, so kind of started off with that. Also doing, PA stuff. I've always, grew up working on shoots. And so I still was kind of doing some of that. But I really started kind of, quote, falling in love. I feel like that's a bit dramatic, but falling in love with the business as I started facing more clients.
So what gets you excited? What's the moment in being you're a senior VP of client services? What's the moment that gets you jazzed?
I'll be honest. I think that I was put here to just be a servant towards others, and this provides me a great opportunity to do that. If our clients are successful, then we're successful. And really that's my driving force of, if I can help them out, whether it's increasing revenue or getting people through the doors of Casino del Sol or, selling more pools for one of our other clients, whatever it might be. This is me helping them. This is not only helping them personally, right, in their jobs, but it's helping these local businesses thrive and for the betterment of Tucson.
I've always been fascinated with the visuals of a Casino del Sol commercial.
Oh, no. I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say.
Shayla Sandoval. What am I going to say?
Is it the people featured?
Yes. What about those people?
Let's just say that we paint the picture of what you could possibly see at Del Sol.
I'm with you. And also you see that you want mature but vibrant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Does that sound?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
We're still hitting the target demo of who is, at the slot machines. But we want to make them look fun. They're having a great time, right? Yeah, we get that comment a lot.
That's why you knew where I was going.
Yeah, yeah.
He's asked me the same question everyone else asked me, Chris. What's a kind of a cool little moment that's happened in this job for you that's not like a big client or anything like that? What's a cool little moment for you?
I just think it's developing the relationships with each of our clients, right?
Yep.
So it's just been, and these are the decision makers of these large organizations. And I think the coolest part is to kind of find the human aspect of each of them and getting to know them personally within reason, obviously.
Sure.
There is some intention to that, and that if I know these people on a, higher or lower level, I should say, it makes me want to do good work for them. So I think that is surprising. It's not just, this transactional relationship of, we're going to do good advertising for you and you're going to pay us and, it's just going to be like that. But let's, have some goals together and work on those together. And I think it's really cool to do that.
So you're the next generation, and you're in a client services job, right? And so young people get a rap that they got their heads stuck in their TikToks, right?
Yeah.
They like to order their food that they just get it on their phone, they pick it up, and they walk away.
Yeah.
So what's up with you that you like doing this?
Yeah.
And do they get a bad rap, or is it deserved?
I will say in conversations I have with, people start getting kind of into their 30s is where I'm at right now.
I mean, you do this crazy thing for your age, which is make eye contact when you talk to people. God bless you.
Yeah. That is something, right, when you go up to order a coffee and they're just like, not even a hello. And I'm like, what's going on here?
It's the dead stare into oblivion.
Exactly. Yeah. I think, you know,
and they never spell Shayla right on the coffee cup.
Oh, I know. It's always Kayla or Sheila, or I get Sheila a lot, actually. No, I think that, you know, there is this thing of a bit of getting a bad rap, right? I think that happens with every generation.
Right.
The age of social media, though, has really done a huge disservice to the young people, I think, in that I just heard this conversation that young kid, and I'll say like maybe like 27 and under, 25 and under, have this constant feel that they're being judged because we get judged on what we post on social media, whether we like it or not. There's likes, there's views, whatever. They think that that's real world, which, and there is, you know, there is some aspect of that. You shouldn't act like a jerk.
The lack
out
of
there.
likes can be just devastating.
So they're holding those notions throughout life of whatever I do, I'm going to get judged for it, or someone is going to perceive me in a certain way. So I'm just not going to develop any personality, or I'm just not going to say anything or do anything out of fear of judgment. I don't live like that. I think I have not care about what people think of me kind of view, but you can't really be so self-consumed like that and do good work for other people and be an intentional listener when you're only focused on yourself is what I've had to learn. Roman actually has really taught me that. Get out of your own head, really, and just focus on other people, and you know, you're always kind of successful that way.
So when you look at your friends that you grew up with, how many of them are still in Tucson? Right, because Tucson has loses a lot of our young people like yourself to other markets for real jobs and things like that. Is that a real thing in your world?
Yeah. Out of my close high school friends and middle school, one of them is still here. So most of them are in Phoenix. A couple of them are in California and Texas. But yeah, that's actually a huge something that is pretty close to my heart, which is why I really appreciate the internship program. Of just like, there's good things that Tucson has to offer. And Tucson has given a lot to me personally. How do I, give back? And a lot of that is staying here, being involved in the community, obviously, having a small business here. But it's something, I think that
But there's a great possibility that if your dad didn't have a business, you'd be in another market.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the bittersweet part of this.
Yeah. I have a big family here, so that would be really hard to leave. We've been here for quite some time. We can't seem to leave.
But all your buddies have left because of lack of job prospects, most of them, right?
For the most part. A few of them are online or work from home.
Sure.
So there is a possibility that, they could work here. A lot of it is just kind of lack of, what do you call it? Like nightlife or things to do on the weekends here.
Crackheads on the corner aren't helping either, I bet.
Yeah. Every city, kind of has that, but that's kind of what I've heard of. There's nothing to do in Tucson. And I'm like, well, I guess there's some things, but I will say go up to Phoenix quite a bit for.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
So for you, what is it, getting this award, this Next Generation Award? What does it mean to Shayla Sandoval?
Yeah, I was pretty reluctant to receive it. I'll be honest. It just feels kind of weird, and but I just think it's. Obviously,
that's a great answer. I just want to tell you that personally. I'm impressed.
I was not like too jazzed about it, but I will say it's a great opportunity to just show my gratefulness for gratitude, I should say, for our clients that have been just great partners with us. And obviously my parents that really, they did have to take a chance on me. I'm their daughter, and but I really had to kind of show my worth. And
as we know, 80% of the time, hiring your kid usually doesn't work out.
It's not great. There's a mentor I have that they've mentored quite a few families that have family businesses, and it's not great. I would say more than probably 95% of the time.
I've worked with a lot of family businesses, and it's interesting.
It's not great, but they Roman and Edie hold me and my sister to a standard probably higher than anyone else in the office, and I think
What's your sister there?
She does market analyst stuff.
Okay.
She's also heading a lot of the media buying now. So,
All right, what's your 2 or 3 favorite local restaurants?
Opa's is probably my favorite.
Near the office.
Well, it's near off of 4th.
The old Athens on 4th
yes,
one. Yep.
Opa's and love the Monica.
Okay. That's a beautiful spot.
Yeah, it's great.
That little side yard that Raymundo has created is.
Oh yeah, it's a great after church brunch spot. So.
What's your first concert you ever went to? You're way younger than us, so I'm fascinated.
Well, no, this is it was the Gypsy Kings.
Okay.
At Casino del Sol, actually. So it was kind of funny that, started going to concerts there, and now we're there every show. I'm shooting the shows, photographing the artists there.
And what's your best concert?
This is very off-brand for someone my age, but Reba McEntire is my absolute favorite.
Oh.
Just 2 years ago, I had pit tickets for her. It was amazing.
She said she was reluctant to take her award, and she liked her favorite concert's Reba. Shayla, sorry, Becca, you're out. You're my second favorite. Next generation.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate
it. We'll see you tonight at the Tucson, La Paloma Country Club, and just keep doing the good work. It sounds like.
Thank you so much.
You make me feel a little bit better about the next generation after hanging out with you today.
I'm gonna interject a little bit here.
Yes, David.
And that is that Shayla's still a little bit connected with the nonprofit world. One of her great successes this last year is the fundraising she did for El Rio Vecinos.
Okay.
And I wanted to make sure that got highlighted because Shayla did a great job for them.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm on the board for the El Rio Health Center, and we raise a lot of money for cancer and some other programs, but the group alone has now raised over $1.2 million.
Beautiful.
For El Rio programs.
Keep up the good work, Shayla.
Thank you.
All right, all the best. Let's go to break, and then here he comes. There he is. Alan Michaels. There it is, little Pet Shop Boys and a throwback Thursday. You're on Live the Dream Media. Ron Arenas is coming up, 9 o'clock, Southwest Flavor.
You're listening to Wake Up with Christy Simone on Live the Dream Media Network. Now a word from our sponsors.
Hello, I'm Kari from Southern Arizona Cleaning and Supply. We continue to offer premium commercial cleaning services, and now we have expanded our storefront, moving into Suite 104. Everyone can benefit from our professional cleaning and janitorial supplies at the most competitive prices. Stop by and let us help you select the products to keep your home and business spotless. We are locally owned and operated and have been proud to call Tucson our home for over 3 decades. Southern Arizona Cleaning and Supply, 1801 South Alvernon, Suite 104, or call us at 520-495-4097.
This unflavored collagen powder by Long Life Protein helps you stay strong, look great, and keep moving. Each serving gives you 10 grams of protein and 2 essential types of collagen, type 1 and 3. It's carefully selected to support smoother skin, healthier hair, stronger nails, and joints that keep up with your day. As we age, collagen levels naturally decline, so staying consistent is key to seeing real benefits. Ours is sourced from 100% grass-fed, pasture-raised bovine. No sugar, no carbs, no taste. Just a fine collagen powder that stirs into coffee, tea, or warm water without a trace. Made with one ingredient you can trust and 35 servings per container, it's an easy upgrade to your daily routine.
Order yours today at www.longlifeprotein.com or stop by Diet of Hope at 50 East Croydon Park Road. Diet of Hope Institute approved.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve, Through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
September is here, the kids are in school, football has started, and it's still hot in the old Pueblo. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is your trusted, local, and family-owned air conditioning and plumbing service provider. We have been serving Tucson and the surrounding areas for over 24 years. Call Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 and go to picturerockscooling.com to set up your next appointment online.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Hola, I'm Fatima Campos, owner of Incas. With just one taste, you will understand why Peruvian cuisine is one of the best in the world. The blending of spices, international flavors, ingredients imported from Peru, fresh dishes, unique, authentic, and delicious. Incas Peruvian Cuisine, southwest corner of Sunrise and Cole. Visit us at incasperuviancuisine.com. Adios margaritas. Hola pisco sour.
Listening to Wake Up with Christy Simone on the Live the Dream Media Network.
This town is a lonely town.
Southern Arizona's premier live talk and online radio.
Like this town.
Oh. Throwback Thursday.
What happened to the 60s and 70s?
Oh, I'm sick of this. No, I'm just
What?
kidding. I'm kidding.
What? 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Welcome
the
back.
The music of your life.
You don't go back to the 40s, huh?
Bite your tongue.
I love the 40s. That's like my favorite. It's like one of my favorite music eras. Is the
You
40s.
love that.
I do.
Like the like
prog rock and Glenn Miller, baby. Let's roll.
Like the piano bar over at McMahon's when I used to sit there and listen to some great Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr. music.
Paul Ilya.
Yes, exactly. I had my own table.
You and Bert Lee.
Yeah, well.
So Bert Lee, when he had his talk show,
Yeah.
he had his Lincoln Town car. It was
Yes,
a
he
Lincoln
did.
Town car.
Yes, he did.
And he parked it right on the front drive.
As I
like
used
blocking.
to. Yeah, I used to do that.
But he had the, I think Heller was his producer in those days.
Okay,
Right?
yep.
And he,
Sure.
I think he had Heller, he had it printed out, it said press. And so that'd be his thing, like, Bert's like, parking here because I'm the press.
I used to drive my, I had sports cars. So my Z car.
I bet you had sports cars.
Yes, I did. My Nissan Z cars would drive right up and I'd park right there in the circle.
Well, along with our friend Ray Frieders, who was
Yes.
on earlier, you are a Hall of Fame inductee tonight.
Yes, and I'm very
Holy
humbled by
moly.
that. I know when you're old enough, you get all these awards. Is that true?
I don't know.
You're not old enough yet?
Not old
okay. No, I'm very humbled, very, I'm shocked and amazed that I got this.
Why are you amazed?
Well,
You're one of the cornerstones of radio the last 40 years.
Yes, and I look at it this way because I was an on-air radio personality that got involved in the Addy Awards and starting that. And every time you do a live broadcast or when you're doing an endorsement live on the radio or you're trying to help your promotion department or your sales department,
Yep.
you're adding money to the bottom line of the radio station and to their pockets,
Yep.
and you're keeping yourself employed in the radio station. As long as the ratings are good, it's like a circle.
Sure.
One helps one another, just like what you're doing now with Live a Dream Media.
Yep.
You know, you're getting advertisers, you're staying on the air, and that's what radio and TV and media is all about.
Now we've had this discussion before in the old days, but a lot of people, there are a lot of new listeners.
Yep.
You're a New England kid.
Yes, I am. By the way, can I say
Please,
something?
of course.
My stepson Colton is listening in Boston, Massachusetts this morning.
Wow.
He works for Beth Israel Hospital, and his office overlooks my favorite ballpark, Fenway Park in Boston.
Love it.
Love it.
That's my favorite park, too.
Go Red Sox.
My favorite park.
Yeah.
too.
I like Old Trafford in Manchester where we play soccer. But anyway,
okay.
Tell me about, so were you doing radio in New England?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
I was a newsman in radio.
Yeah.
Yep. I started off in news because I wanted to be the next Huntley, Brinkley, whatever the case. Everybody talks about Walter Cronkite. No, I was a Huntley, Brinkley kind
What's
of
your
guy.
problem with Cronkite?
I don't know. I just
Everyone else wanted to be Cronkite? Is that it?
I don't know. I just never was a Walter Cronkite. I didn't watch CBS News. I watched NBC back then.
I can see you with your voice and your delivery. I mean, you could have been also the greatest news guy ever.
I wanted to be a newsman so bad. So, matter of fact, I was in the second row, and I have a picture in my mausoleum. The second row at a Jimmy Carter press conference when he was president in Providence, Rhode Island. I was in the second row as a reporter.
Right.
And didn't get a chance to ask him any questions, even though I raised my hand numerous times. He just ignored me.
That's because you were sitting in the peanut gallery.
I was in the second row with all these other big name guys.
I can't believe David just said that.
He's been to my mausoleum. He knows.
So what happened? What was the fork in the road that you went to the much more fun DJ world?
Well, I started doing some things. I was a newsman again in Providence and worked outside of Providence. And I got stuck in the...
What does work outside Providence mean?
It's a city called Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
Okay.
Station there called WGNG, G55.
Wow.
And I did that for a while, but I got caught in the blizzard of 78.
A lot of people did.
56 inches of snow. They had to snowmobile me to the radio station to be on the air, to help with the news closings and all this other stuff going on. And after that, I told my family, I said, I have relatives in Tucson, Arizona. Let me go out and see what the weather's like. I went out there, came out here, and it was like 105 degrees and very, very low humidity. And I said, I want to come here.
Wow.
So got a job at a radio station.
Who are your relatives out here?
I had a couple of cousins that lived here, no longer with us.
What were they doing here?
I don't know if I should say this. They were gamblers.
Well, I mean, we already had nudist colonies with Ray Frieders earlier. So they were professional gamblers?
Pretty much. They go to Vegas. They come here. They were gambling. And for a while, I was nobody knows
this is the best.
Chris, you're bringing this out on me. I was a shill at numerous gambling places.
This is the best.
You didn't know that, Dave. I know.
No, I did not know that.
This is not in the mausoleum, this information.
No, this is not in the mausoleum. It's in the vault right here.
So where would they gamble in Tucson where you were the shill?
Various places, various homes, various
Was it the classic back of businesses
yes,
sometimes?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Tucson was famous for that in the 70s.
Love it.
Yep. Anyway, after that...
Did you have a fake name when you were a shill?
No, I didn't have any name. I was just Alan.
Is Alan Michaels your real name?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Like we said, Ed's going to write that book. He keeps saying he's going to write a book, right? All my friends have fake names. So, but except for Alan and Dave.
I've known Alan with a few fake names, and
because somebody's always after me somewhere along the line.
What was your first media gig in Tucson?
58.
Wow.
I have to hesitate because this is not going to be.
You just admitted you're a gambling shill. Come on, let's go.
Okay, 58 KIKX.
Wow. What was that?
It was country. I was here for a few months doing that, and my name was J.J. Wright.
J.J. Wright. And then you moved to K-Cub for a short time, didn't you?
I moved to K-Cub for a little while.
Because that's when I first met you. I was a K-Cub alum at that point.
I was at K-Cub for a few months, doing middays.
Under J.J. Wright again?
J.J. Wright.
Okay.
And then J.J. Wright went away, thank God. And I got his name because one of my favorite radio personalities back in Boston was J.J. Wright, who worked at WRKO in Boston.
Okay.
And so anyway, after that, we landed a job at 790 Mighty Casey.
Okay.
In June 13th, 1980. We went on the air. It was a Friday.
He came to town, and the week that he came to town, Alan and his boss at 790, and I was already a 790 alum at that point, and at K-Gun TV, and I went to lunch with Alan and Ken at the Tucson Press Box Association that very first week that Alan was in Tucson.
That's right.
Where was the Tucson Press Box Association?
Tucson Greyhound Park.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yep.
That's how far we go back.
That's insane.
Many, many years.
So what, they just had a restaurant there that you guys would call the Press Box Association? What was it?
It was in their clubhouse.
Oh, okay.
And Tony Sullivan, who was the PR guy out there at the time, hosted it. And I got into it myself with Jimmy Dudley, who was the announcer for the University of Arizona at that time, retired Cleveland Indians play-by-play announcer, who's now in the Baseball Hall of Fame and deceased. But Jimmy invited me in because I did color one year on U of A baseball in 1979. But all the sportscasters were there, all the the sports writers were there.
Was college baseball more exciting in those days than it is lately?
U of A had a tremendous program under Jerry Kendall at that time. And Jim Wing, who was their associate head coach.
One of my favorite questions ever asking Brian Jeffries is, how do you do a 5.5-hour college baseball game by yourself?
And Brian is very good. Brian is awesome.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If there's one guy who can handle 5.5 hours of doing a college baseball game by himself.
Right.
He can do it.
It's him.
Yep.
So, hey, we got to go to break. We'll come back with Alan Michaels and David Slavin. We're celebrating the Hall of Achievement of the Tucson Adfed, Ad Federation. And we love doing these interviews. 11 years we've been doing these things. So you're on the Live the Dream Media Network. Ron's coming up in just about 32 minutes. And this is Cheap Trick covering the King. Here we go.
You're listening to Wake Up with Christy Simone on Live the Dream Media Network. Now a word from our sponsors.
When exploring America's best city for Mexican food, start off at one of the best, El Taco Rustico. Chef Juan Almanza is crafting some of the best dishes in Tucson at 2 locations, Grant and Oracle and the new Rustico Dos at Park and Silver Lake. Everything on the menu is a standout, from the shrimp rojitos, costilla beef ribs, to Arizona's best birria. Head over to Rustico Dos for Juan's amazing smoked brisket, pulled pork and ribs, plus all your Mexican favorites. For more, check out tacorustico.com.
Welcome to Tucson Strength, or as we like to say, welcome home. We are Tucson's locally owned gym that was built out of a passion for strength. Our goal isn't to slam our gym full of people for the lowest price possible. We are here for those that want a focused training environment with the best equipment around, and a supportive community that is tired of the big box gym scene.
Looking for the best outdoor patio in Tucson? Look no further than St. Philip's Plaza at the southeast corner of River and Campbell, where you can sip on Tucson's finest collection of whiskey at Union Public House, brunch 7 days a week at Reforma Modern Mexican Mezcal and Tequila, and experience our newest restaurant, Proof, proudly serving house-made pasta and artisanal pizza. Enjoy live music and dine under the stars with Union, Reforma, and Proof. Join us at St. Philip's Plaza.
Monsoon season is almost here. Is your roof ready? Don't wait for a leak to show up before trying to find a roofer during roofing's busiest time of year. Call Blueprint Home Services today to schedule a free pre-monsoon inspection. Our number is 520-525-2555. Blueprint Home Services offers free, fast estimates, price lock guarantees, and the longest workmanship warranty in Tucson. Again, that number is 520-525-2555. You can also book an appointment at blueprinthomeservice.com. Blueprint Home Services is licensed, bonded, insured, and trusted. AZROC number 322635.
Hola, I'm Fatima Campos, owner of Incas. With just one taste, you will understand why Peruvian cuisine is one of the best in the world. The blending of spices, international flavors, ingredients imported from Peru, fresh dishes, unique, authentic, and delicious. Incas Peruvian cuisine southwest corner of Sunrise and Cove. Visit us at incasperuviancuisine.com. Adios margaritas. Hola pisco sour.
Welcome back to Wake Up with Christy Simone on Live the Dream Media Network. Now back to our show.
Good morning. Welcome back to Live the Dream Media on Wake Up with Christopher D. Simone. We've talked to, of course, Ray Frieders, Shayla Sandoval. We're talking to Alan Michaels, and a couple of people just couldn't make it today. Scheduling stuff with Steve Earnhardt and Sonia Ruiz Monson. We'll miss you. We'll see you tonight.
Yes.
And doing it up at the Hall of Achievement as AAF Tucson. It's going to go down at the La Paloma Country Club at 5:30, I believe.
5:30,
the Sandoval Cocktail Hour.
Yes.
Lounge.
Sandoval Cocktail Lounge.
And then, and again, you have to. There's a couple of tickets left if you want to come, but you have to get tickets beforehand. Don't be showing up.
They can show up at the door.
Oh.
They can show up at the door.
Look at you. Unlike me, you have no standards. Anyone can just walk up to the door. I love it. So, we're hanging out with Alan Michaels, and you were just telling us off the air.
Yes.
The part we can talk about. If you missed him talking about how he was a professional gambling shill in the 70s, you missed it. Anyway, but talk about. So you're at Mighty KC 790.
Mighty KC.
Right, before it became a news talk, right? And I was asking what the format was.
Right, we were greatest hits of all time. We played 3 new songs an hour. Otherwise, everything was an oldie.
Right.
And we started the format June 13th, 1980. And that first rating book, we were second to K-Cub.
Okay.
And then was history. We were just right on all the time.
So you said you were going to be there as a news guy.
Exactly. I came on board as a news person, supposed to be a news person. The 12th of June, it was a Thursday.
J.J. Wright, or Alan Michaels, the news guy?
It was going to be Alan Michaels.
Okay.
Which
is a great news guy name also.
The consultant said, because you got a decent voice and personality, we're going to make you a radio personality. So that night, I learned to be a DJ within 6 or 7 hours. Basically, that's what they did. The consultant was there and said, this is what you do. This is how you do it. You just talk. You just have fun. Smile every time you turn the microphone on, and you're good to go. And the next day, the station went on the air, and I was on the air late afternoon, early evening, and there we were.
Wow.
Rocking and rolling. Greatest hits of all time, and we had a blast. I loved it.
Well, you were always, and it's something where hanging out with guys like you and Eddie A., right?
Ed Alexander, yeah.
I've learned,
Jim Bednarik.
how important that connection is with community.
Yes.
Right? You're not just playing tunes.
Right. You've got to relate to your audience regardless of what your audience's age. If you're going for a 25 to 54 demographic, which a lot of the advertising dollars go to, you relate to them, you talk to them. You don't talk at them, you talk to them, you're with them. You're no better than anybody else. You just happen to have a job on the radio. And they become a friend of yours and you become a friend of theirs.
Yeah.
And when you're driving to work, when you're doing mornings, what is important? Time, temperature, traffic conditions, and, just life. Life. You don't try to be a comedian all the time because most of the time you're going to fail.
I learned it on what we do when there's, like, even making the change to digital, you can tell there's some people like, oh my God, where are you going?
Right.
Right? Or there's a technical thing, right? Where you're not on the air. And then that. And so if we had a kerfuffle here, I know the boys would start getting pounded with emails and text messages. Like, no, that means they care.
Right. Exactly.
and they miss you.
Yeah. You got it.
That connection is amazingly important.
That makes you a successful person. And therefore, if you're successful, advertisers will want to come on your radio station, and therefore there's money, there's advertising. That's the tie-in
and you're building a loyalty.
Exactly. You have one. You have a huge one, and it's not just local. It's basically nationwide, and then some.
So promotions when you're a jock is
nothing like it. Nothing like it. It's more fun. We gave away cars. We gave away a home. We gave away trips. We had people coming on cruises with Alan Michaels because they wanted to spend $1,500 per person and go on a 7-day Caribbean cruise.
Love it.
all these things. We took people to concerts and limousines.
I assume you did the everyone had their hand on the car and whoever.
Of course, when Jim Click Nissan first started his business on Stone, it was Sundown Nissan. It was Sundown Datsun, and then it changed to Nissan.
Right.
And then Jim Click bought it. It was Jim Click Nissan. We had Nuzzle the Nissan. We had
Nuzzle the Nissan.
That's what we did. Nuzzle the Nissan. We had people that qualified on the radio, and we were broadcasting live 24 hours a day. That's how much fun radio was. We were live all the time.
So by nuzzling, they just put their hand on it, or
they have to have their finger or hand on the Nissan, and they only had like 5 minutes every 90 minutes to go to the restroom.
Love it.
And we gave them food, and they had to eat with one hand, things like that. Until somebody won the Nissan. So the last person that was on won the Nissan.
What was the craziest promo? Give me some crazy promos that almost got out of hand a little bit. What's a crazy promo?
Well, we had the Rito River Regatta, which was a lot of fun.
I don't know the story. That just sounds great.
It was. It was.
I went to it. I wasn't a part of it, but I went to it.
And one of our sponsors was Budweiser Light, not Bud Light. Dave Sitton, rest his soul, was the marketing person for Golden Eagle Distributors. And just to get the Budweiser Light name out there, that was a major sponsor. And we'd have vehicles, preferably four-wheel drive vehicles, dress their vehicles into a watercraft of some kind, and then ride in the dry riverbed of the Rito River and do a parade. That was crazy, but attended by thousands and thousands of people.
Now, I thought originally you were going to say to me, like you had people in like kayaks waiting for a monsoon.
That would have been just as crazy, actually.
I love that. Who came up with the dry river regatta?
I believe it was probably Ken Roberts, who was our program director at 790 Mighty Casey, rest his soul. He was the guy that came up with it, and we all said, what a great idea. Let's put it together.
I love it.
Ken Roberts, a dear, sweet man, and Alan, Ken, and I used to spend a lot of time together. And we had another gentleman named Eric, who's now deceased. But the four of us, they used to refer to us as the Four Musketeers.
Look at that.
Yeah, we did some crazy things together.
Who was the shortest musketeer?
Dave Slavin.
No, I'm just...
I mean, Dave Slavin, of course.
Is there any question?
Notice,
and the baldest.
I didn't hesitate one iota on that.
So one of the things, and we've talked about it multiple times over the years, that, and I've heard it from Jimmy B and Eddie Alexander, and the corporatization of radio. Right, and how it just basically ruined it in the end. Right,
I have to agree with that. I think it did.
So walk us through the tribulations of trying to survive as the corporatization of radio started just slamming through.
We were owned originally by a couple of gentlemen, Steve Jacobs and Dennis Behan, and then a bigger company bought that. Bought 790 Mighty Casey, then it was KRQQ and KNST and so on and so forth. And eventually Clear Channel bought all of the companies, and they bought hundreds of radio stations around the country. And all through that, as you're going through a corporate takeover, you're wondering whether they will come in and clean house. Sometimes they took people's jobs. And it's hard to do. It's hard to understand that somebody, because you're doing well, you think you're doing well, you're not getting paid a lot of money, some of the guys and gals, but a new company comes in and decides, well, we're going to not so much change the format, but we're going to get rid of this person, we're going to add somebody else. We're going to bring somebody else in from another market. Well, you do that over a period of time, and I was fortunate enough to withstand all these changes and eventually moved to mornings many, many years ago, thanks to the brainchild of Rich Brother Robin, who's a radio genius, in my opinion, and my mentor, so to speak.
Because he put you on mornings?
Well, because he made me get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go on mornings, which I didn't like to do, but you have to do it for the good of the radio station. And I was fortunate enough to go through all that all these years, and until something happened in 2012, 2013, they decided to, hey, you're making too much. Let's see if we can automate the mornings.
Right.
And that's what happened. And it didn't work, which is okay. But it's too bad. It's you ruin the localization of radio stations.
Correct.
And the personalities. You know, people want to listen to Spotify or Apple Music or whatever you want to do. If you don't want commercials, you don't want personalities. But look at satellite radio; they have personalities.
Yeah.
To a degree, they do, and it's nice because they're relating to you, even though they're in their bedroom in San Diego doing a broadcast.
Right.
And it works that way. But I wasn't a big fan, nor am I a big fan of big corporations doing that.
That's why Jimmy B, who got let go last week at Bustos, what a ride! He might have had the longest ride of anybody.
Jimmy is quite talented. He worked at so many radio stations.
Hired by Eddie A in the late '70s.
Yep.
Right.
Think about it.
At 990, and now it's 2025, and he got let go last week. But that could have been one of the greatest DJ rides ever.
He did.
This gentleman here had a great DJ ride. He was with one radio station for over 30 years.
Yeah.
And it went from, I like to say, Alan was on Cool or KC, whatever the title was at the time, 2450, because as the frequency that you could find that radio station, because Alan was on 790 AM, he was on 97.1 FM, he was on 92.9 FM, and he was on 1450 AM.
That's right.
And if you add them all together, he was at KC 2450.
Not bad. Very clever. Very clever.
You have too much time on your hands. That's what I think.
Talk about some of your on-air partners that you had, because you were blessed with some good on-air partners.
I put at the top of the list Joan Lee.
Absolutely.
She is, and I know she's working at Cumulus Media up in Minneapolis, and she was my best partner. She was, as Roxanne, my current wife, says, Joan was my radio wife.
Joe Higgins is my radio wife.
See? There you go.
We call each other our radio wives all the time.
Joan was awesome. She, her and I would ad lib the morning show together. Alan and Joan in the morning on 92.9 Cool FM. We were great. We were awesome. She was just so vibrant, so alive, and we just played off each other very well.
I want to interject here again.
Yes, sir.
Monty, my wife, refers to Joan Lee as my radio wife because Joan worked for me for 3 years at the Drive Tucson.
Well,
there you go.
Joan's amazing.
Yeah, she is. She is. And she's still doing very well.
And she went to Minneapolis. She's with her kids and her grandkids.
She is.
It makes so much sense. So
she's enjoying herself, which is great.
And she was a good, very good salesperson. And as we know in media, very good salespeople is a rarity.
And she had a voice second to none.
Oh, yeah.
In this market.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Like her and Mary Martin have the two best soothing, mature female voices
Good point.
out there.
Good point.
Hi, this is Joan Lee.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? You've been known for the hot air balloons over the years. Just talk about the first one. What's the first one? How'd you get in the hot air balloon business?
The radio station KC 790, we were known at the time. We get involved with Chip Travers and a bunch of other people to do a hot air balloon fest. And we did one very successfully on the east part of town at La Mariposa.
Oh.
We did a few
there. Where
there.
my wedding reception was.
Great place to be.
Yeah.
And we had very successful balloon fest there. Many balloonists from Tucson and Southern Arizona were there. And
Steve Brennan, was he the guy out there? I got to think about this.
Mike Fleury and Becky Fleury and Le Fleur de Tucson, who are based right here in Tucson. Great people, too, by the way. And we moved it because they were starting to build things in that area. We had to move it to Marana.
Okay.
Continental Ranch. We moved it up there for a year, and then they started building homes. The nerve of them! And we kind of went away for a while. Then I went over to MHC Healthcare, which is now called Marana Health, and Steve Stone and I decided, let's do something different and raise some money. Well, we did it for 4 years up at MHC Healthcare in the backyard. We have this big property up at in Marana. And
I see Steve all the time at Fry's now.
Yeah, he's great, still a very good friend. Matter of fact, he'll be there tonight.
Oh, beautiful.
Steve and his wife, Dawn, will be there tonight.
Oh, awesome.
Anyway, we had 4 very successful years doing the Balloon Fest up at MHC Healthcare. raising well over $100,000 for the healthcare facility.
That's awesome.
And then
this is a cool event.
It is. And Steve and I were unceremoniously released from our foundation one day a few years ago, and I'm fortunate enough now to be at the Children's Advocacy Center of Southern Arizona.
You know, is there a golf tournament coming up?
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. Chris DeSimone.
After shot you down, I got it.
Coming up on Sunday.
This Sunday?
Sunday, September 28th at Arizona National.
Okay.
We have our 12th annual Children's Advocacy Center of Southern Arizona golf event presented by Desert Toyota.
Oh, nice.
We have approximately 5 foursomes left to have a full complement.
How much is it to play in this thing?
It is $125 per golfer, $500 for a foursome. You get breakfast, you get lunch, you get a chance to win a beautiful Toyota Camry from Desert Toyota for a hole-in-one. Plus, we'll have air cannons, shots, and some great raffle prizes.
What are we doing with air cannons? What does this mean? Yeah,
Well,
you get to shoot your golf ball with an air cannon?
Exactly. Just $10, and you can aim it anywhere you want, and there you go. A lot of fun.
Wow.
Yep.
Who knew?
See?
How do we sign up for such things?
Right now, you can go to the you can sign up right now with that sheet of paper in front of you, or you can go on our website, cacsoaz.org, and go to events, and you'll see the CAC golf event, and sign up there.
Love it.
By the way, I want to interject again.
Please, David.
And when you talk to Alan, you talk to Shayla, and you talk to Ray Frieders, you see one overriding thing, and that is that the people that get honored in the Advertising Hall of Achievement,
Yes, sir.
they're